An update to an alligator story that garnered national attention in March. State conservation officials have just backed down after threatening to take away a Lakeland woman's pet alligator. Everyone is excited to show off their skunks. People are proud of their animals. It's also competition. When you visit a pet store, you'll see, "This one's nice too. This one's big." You're probably thinking about adopting a dog, cat, or bird. But what if your new pet turned out to be something totally unexpected? The people you're about to meet took pet adoption to a whole new level, ending up with wild monsters instead of the usual furry or feathered friends. From reptilian roommates to surprising jungle companions, here are 15 people who accidentally adopted wild monsters. Number 15. Deborah Cipriani. Deborah Cipriani of North Ridgeville, Ohio, defies expectations by keeping 50 pet skunks as beloved companions in her 5-bedroom home. Her journey with skunks began in 2000, when she initially adopted one to cope with the loss of her mother. Since then, her bond with these unique animals has only deepened, leading her to found America's only rescue center dedicated to domestic skunks, affectionately known as Skunk Haven. Despite their reputation for smelling bad, Deborah insists that skunks are adorable and devoted creatures, similar to dogs in their affectionate nature. Her daily routine revolves around caring for her skunk family. Starting at 4:30 a.m., feeding and cleaning them is a labor of love that consumes hours each day before she heads to her customer service job. This dedication not only fulfills her, but also keeps her active and healthy, attributing her vigor to the constant care and attention her unusual pets require. Deborah's advocacy extends far beyond her home. She organizes an annual event, Skunk Fest, which attracts skunk enthusiasts from all over the United States. This gathering celebrates these misunderstood animals with activities such as beauty pageants and awards for the best-dressed skunks, challenging stereotypes, and promoting a positive image of skunk ownership. Through Skunk Haven and Skunk Fest, Deborah aims to educate the public about the true nature of skunks and dispel misconceptions. Her passion and commitment to these often misunderstood creatures have earned her admiration not only locally, but also internationally, with followers and fans from the UK, France, and the Netherlands. For Deborah, her life's purpose is clear: to care for and defend skunks to the very end. Number 14. Jared Allen Yost. Jared Allen Yost, a landscape designer from Minnesota, had always been an animal lover. One crisp autumn morning, while working on a project near the edge of a wooded area, he heard faint, distressed cries. How? Following the sounds, Jared stumbled upon a tiny, shivering kitten, seemingly abandoned. Moved by the sight, he decided to rescue the helpless creature and take it home. Jared named the kitten Whiskers and treated it with the utmost care, believing it to be a domestic cat. Whiskers quickly became a much-loved member of Jared's household, charming everyone with its antics and endearing personality. However, Jared immediately began to notice some unusual characteristics. The kitten's fur was thicker, its paws larger, and its sounds and behavior were wilder than those of any domestic cat he had ever encountered. Intrigued and slightly concerned, Jared did some research and sought advice from a local veterinarian. To his astonishment, he discovered that Whiskers was not an ordinary domestic cat, but a bobcat kitten, a wild species native to North America. It was an experience as exciting as it was daunting. Bobcats, known for their solitary and territorial nature, are far from domesticated and can be quite powerful predators. Jared faced a difficult decision. While he had grown fond of Whiskers, he realized that keeping a bobcat as a pet was neither safe nor ethical. After consulting with wildlife experts, he decided to contact a nearby wildlife rehabilitation center. The center assured Jared that they could provide Whiskers with the proper environment and care for a bobcat to thrive. Reluctantly but responsibly, Jared transferred Whiskers to the wildlife center, where the bobcat could live in a habitat more suited to its wild nature. This experience profoundly impacted Jared, making him more aware of the complexities of the wild. The rights and responsibilities of wildlife rescue. Now she advocates for the proper identification and care of rescued animals, sharing her story to educate others about the importance of wildlife conservation and the risks of unintentionally adopting wild animals. Number 13. Penny Patterson, Koko the gorilla. Born on July 4, 1971 at the San Francisco Zoo, he captivated the world's imagination with his extraordinary ability to communicate using American Sign Language, ESL. His remarkable journey began when he was just 1 year old, and he was adopted by Dr. Francine Penny Patterson, a psychologist and researcher passionate about understanding the minds of our closest animal relatives. Penny, as she is affectionately known, met Koko in 1972 and immediately saw the potential to break new ground in interspecies communication. She began teaching Koko ASL, and the gorilla showed an astonishing ability to learn and use signs to express his thoughts and emotions. Over the years, Koko mastered more than 1,000 signs and understood some 2,000 spoken English words, a feat that earned her widespread praise. Living with Koko was a once-in-a-lifetime experience for Penny. Their relationship transcended the typical boundaries between humans and animals, evolving into a deep and affectionate bond. Koko's expressive abilities made their interactions rich and nuanced. Penny provided Koko with a stimulating environment filled with toys, books, and even domestic cats, which Koko adored and treated with remarkable gentleness. Koko's fame grew as her story was shared through books, documentaries, and media appearances. She became an ambassador for her species, raising awareness of the intelligence and emotional depth of gorillas. Penny and Koko's work highlighted the importance of conservation and empathy for animals, fostering a deeper understanding of the cognitive abilities of great apes. Despite the challenges of caring for a gorilla, Penny's dedication never wavered. She ensured Koko received the best care, maintaining her physical health and emotional well-being. Their daily routines included sign language sessions, playtime, and quiet companionship, reflecting the deep connection they shared. Koko's legacy, following her passing in 2018, lives on through the Gorilla Foundation, which Penny continues to lead. Number 12. Mary Thorne. Mary Thorne, a resident of Lakeland, Florida, has an extraordinary pet that sets her apart: an alligator named Rambo. Rambo's story with Mary began when he was just a baby, rescued from a situation where he was living in poor conditions with other alligators. Recognizing the potential of the small alligator for a better life, Mary decided to take him in, embarking on a unique journey of companionship. To raise Rambo, Mary had to adopt unconventional methods. Unlike typical pets, an alligator requires specific care, from diet to habitat. With her unwavering dedication, Mary transformed her home to suit Rambo's needs, ensuring he had enough space to roam and a suitable environment that closely mimicked his natural habitat. Raising Rambo under Mary's care was filled with affection and careful training. He became remarkably tame, a rare trait in wild alligators. Mary even trained Rambo to respond to commands and interact amiably with humans, showcasing his gentle nature. His remarkable adaptability earned him a special place not only in Mary's heart, but also in the local community. Life with Rambo is anything but ordinary. Mary often takes Rambo for walks in the backyard, where he enjoys basking in the sun and exploring his surroundings. She ensures his diet is balanced, consisting mainly of chicken, fish, and the occasional treat that keeps him happy and healthy. Their bond attracted media attention, with Rambo becoming a local celebrity. People are often amazed to see an alligator so integrated into a human home. Mary advocates for responsible exotic pet ownership, frequently educating others about the importance of proper care and the specific needs of reptiles like Rambo. Number 11. Maria and Alexander Dmitriev. Maria and Alexander Dmitriev, residents of Moscow, Russia, had their lives forever changed when they welcomed a unique member to their family, Puma Messi. The Dmitrievs' journey with Messi began unexpectedly when they found him at a local animal rescue center. Despite their initial reservations, they quickly became very attached to him. Despite his imposing appearance, Messi's gentle and affectionate nature won them over instantly. Maria says they were drawn to Messi's majestic presence and surprisingly friendly personality. They decided to adopt him, unaware of the adventures that awaited them. Living with Messi proved stimulating and enriching for the Dmitrievs. His playful antics and curious nature brought a new vibrancy to their home. Adapting to life with Messi required some creative solutions. Because of his large size, he needed ample space to roam and play. The Dmitrievs transformed part of their house into a mini jungle gym, complete with climbing trees and cozy nooks for relaxing. Beyond his physical presence, Messi became a social media sensation, with thousands of followers marveling at his charming personality. Despite the challenges of caring for a cat with such diverse needs, the Dmitrievs cherish every moment with Messi. Maria always says that Messi isn't just a pet, but rather a part of their family. She also admits that Messi has taught them patience, love, and the joy of accepting life's unexpected surprises. As Messi continues to thrive under their care, Maria and Alexander look forward to more adventures together. Number 10. In the rugged terrain of Zimbabwe, where elephant poaching has devastated West African populations and driven poachers eastward, leaving behind vulnerable orphaned elephants, one NGO stands defiantly against the tide of despair. Moyo, a young elephant, was rescued by Roxy Dankwards and her team at the Zimbabwe Elephant Nursery. Moyo's journey began tragically when she was discovered just 3 or 4 days old, alone and distressed near the shores of Lake Kariba. Roxy, founder of the Zimbabwe Elephant Nursery, part of the NGO Wild as Life, received a distress call and immediately mobilized her team. They found that Moyo weighed a mere 56 kilos, far lighter than the average weight of 90 kilos for an African elephant calf. Roxy didn't take Moyo home as a pet. Instead, she was taken to the sanctuary in Harare, where a dedicated team provided round-the-clock care. Roxy clarifies that she didn't treat Moyo like a pet. Instead, she focused on her survival and well-being. She personally spent every moment with her, ensuring she received the proper nutrition, warmth, and comfort to thrive. Roxy's dedication and hands-on approach were crucial in Moyo's early days, as she learned to bottle feed the orphaned calf and closely monitored her progress. The Zimbabwe Elephant Nursery serves as a refuge for orphaned elephants, where they receive not only physical care, but also emotional support to recover from the trauma of losing their families. Looking ahead, the Zimbabwe Elephant Nursery plans to expand its facilities and conservation efforts, aiming to create more protected areas where elephants can thrive and eventually be returned to their natural habitats. Number 9. Greg Parra. Greg Parra, an Afghanistan war veteran from Miyaka City, Florida, had always dreamed of owning a warthog as a pet since he was a child. In December 2021, that dream finally came true when he received a call about a baby warthog named Wallace. Wallace was only 3 weeks old when Greg adopted him, and from that moment on, the little warthog was smitten with his new family. "We had to bottle feed him, so he became very friendly with us," Greg recalls. He developed many dog-like behaviors, earning him the affectionate nickname Warthog. Living with Wallace has been a unique and joyful experience for Greg and his family. Wallace quickly settled into his new home and is now fully housebroken. He enjoys belly rubs, cuddles, and even sleeps with the dogs, fitting right in. Greg says Wallace is very affectionate and follows him everywhere. He also said Wallace loves to tease one of the dogs, and it's hilarious to watch them interact. Wallace's playful nature shines through as he scampers around, spins in circles, and rubs his face against Greg's leg. He also enjoys playing with stuffed animals and loves being around people. Despite some teething issues, such as chewing on walls when he was younger, Wallace has outgrown those habits. He now listens well, comes when called, and communicates his needs by whining when he's hungry or tired. At night, he settles into his special pig toilet, content and comfortable. Number 8. Janice Haley. Janice Haley, a resident of Orlando, Florida, has garnered significant attention for her unique and controversial lifestyle choice, living with 2 Bengal tigers. Janice's fascination with big cats began in the early 2000s when she adopted her first tiger cub, Janda. Later, she added another tiger, Saber, to her home. Both tigers were raised from cubs by Janice, becoming integral members of her family. Janice's dedication to her tigers is extraordinary. She devotes a significant portion of her day to attending to their needs, including feeding, cleaning, and engaging them in physical activity. Her backyard is transformed into a sprawling enclosure designed to provide the tigers with a comfortable and stimulating environment. Despite the inherent dangers of owning such powerful predators, Janice insists that her tigers are like family and claims to intimately understand their behavior and needs. However, Janice's decision to keep Bengal tigers as pets has sparked considerable debate. Critics argue that, however well cared for, wild animals like tigers should not be kept in domestic environments. They point out that tigers need vast territories and social structures that cannot be replicated in a domestic environment. Moreover, the potential danger to both the owner and the surrounding community is a serious concern. Janice, on the other hand, believes her tigers are happy and healthy. She emphasizes that they are not meant to be pets, but rather beloved companions whom she has chosen to care for responsibly. Her experience highlights the complexities of exotic pet ownership and raises important questions about animal welfare, conservation, and human-animal relationships. I'm their mother as far as they're concerned. I'm mom. They rub it in my face. They'll let me kiss them on the nose. Number 7. Philippe Gillet. This 67-year-old Frenchman, originally from Quiron, near Nantes, has turned his home into an extraordinary sanctuary for more than 400 reptiles, including rattlesnakes, tarantulas, and lizards. His collection, amassed over 2 decades, would send shivers down the spine of anyone with a phobia of these creatures. However, for Gillette, it's a labor of love and a lifelong passion. In his living room, Gillette can often be found contemplating his black cobra. Among his diverse collection of animals are domesticated alligators, showcasing his ability to cultivate relationships with some of the most fearsome reptiles. Each of these creatures receives meticulous care, and Gillette ensures he has all the necessary permits to legally own and transport them. Gillette's dedication extends beyond his personal collection. He leads reptile awareness tours, educating the public about their importance and dispelling misconceptions. He believes people are often afraid of what they don't understand, and his goal is to show them that reptiles are not to be feared, but rather respected. Despite the inherent danger, Gillette maintains that his neighbors are unfazed by his unusual reptile neighbors. His calm demeanor and transparency have fostered a sense of trust within the community. However, not everyone is as comfortable with Gillette's unique home. Local firefighters, for example, have been instructed not to enter his home in case of emergency, underscoring the risks associated with such a rescue. Living with 400 reptiles might seem daunting to many, but for Philippe Gillette, it's a dream come true. Number 6. Brian Hahn. Brian Hahn, a wildlife enthusiast from California, has a particularly unique companion in his life, Jake, a baby hyena. Jake's journey into Brian's life began when he was rescued from an illegal wildlife trafficking situation. Just a few weeks old, Jake desperately needed care and a safe environment, which Brian was more than willing to provide. Jake quickly became a central figure in Brian's home. Contrary to the fearsome reputation often associated with hyenas, Jake displayed playful and affectionate behavior. He was raised alongside Brian's other pets, including dogs and cats, and soon adopted many of their behaviors. Jake's curiosity and intelligence shone through as he learned to interact amiably with his new family members. He often performed antics that entertained everyone. Brian's daily routine was tailored to Jake's needs. Mealtimes were a particularly special occasion. Jake's diet consists of a mixture of raw meat and specially formulated supplements to ensure he grows up healthy and strong. Brian also made sure Jake received plenty of mental stimulation, providing him with toys and puzzles that challenged his intellect and kept him occupied. Living with a hyena presented its challenges, but Brian embraced them with dedication and enthusiasm. He collaborated closely with wildlife experts to ensure Jake received the best possible care and remained healthy and happy. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day, with Jake often following Brian around the house, seeking attention and affection. Jake's presence has also given Brian the opportunity to educate others about hyenas. He often shares their adventures on social media, challenging the negative stereotypes surrounding these misunderstood creatures. Through his story, Brian aims to foster greater awareness and appreciation of hyenas, highlighting their intelligence and social nature. All right, folks, it's time for our subscribers to choose. Take a look at this compelling image that raises an important question. Can wild animals be domesticated? On the left, a woman is pictured with a huge python, suggesting a close bond between humans and reptiles. However, the image on the right shows the same woman in a bed of. A woman was hospitalized with facial injuries, suggesting a serious incident with the snake. These incidents highlight the potential risks of keeping wild animals as pets, as even seemingly tame creatures can exhibit unpredictable and harmful behavior. While no specific details about the woman and her pet python are provided, this image garnered attention when it first appeared online. But do you think wild animals can be fully domesticated? Are humans ever truly safe from the potential dangers these creatures pose? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Number 5. The McFarlane White House. Meet Gilbert the badger, the beloved and unconventional pet of the McFarlane White family, who live on a ranch near Two Dots, Montana. Gilbert's journey to becoming part of this ranching family is both heartwarming and fascinating. It's a story that began when he was found as an orphaned pup. Gilbert was discovered by the McFarlane Whites during a routine check of their tiny property. The helpless badger was all alone, and it was clear he needed immediate attention. Recognizing the pup's plight, the family decided to take him in. They named him Gilbert, and thus began his transformation from wild animal to cherished pet. Raising a badger on a ranch is no easy task, but the McFarlane Whites rose to the challenge. Gilbert quickly settled into his new home, displaying a mix of curiosity, intelligence, and joviality that endeared him to everyone on the ranch. Unlike the typical pets one might expect on a ranch, Gilbert carved out his own niche, becoming a fixture in the McFarlane White family's daily life. Gilbert's diet was carefully controlled, with the family ensuring he received the proper nutritional balance to thrive. He enjoyed a specially prepared mix of fruits, vegetables, and meats, which kept him healthy and active. His favorite treats were fences and insects, which he eagerly snatched up during his foraging expeditions around the ranch. Living with Gilbert was an adventure. He became famous for his antics. He was often seen enthusiastically digging in the yard or exploring the ranch's hidden corners. His presence brought joy and laughter. The family often shared stories of his escapades with friends and visitors. Despite his wild origins, Gilbert formed a deep bond with his human family. He followed them around the ranch, participated in their routines, and even enjoyed the occasional cuddle session. His unique personality and affectionate nature made him a much-loved member of the McFarlane White household. Number 4. The Little Girl with the Owl. In a heartwarming moment captured in a viral video, a little girl's affectionate bond with a snowy owl captivated viewers around the world. The footage shows the girl gently kissing her owl. The owl, known for its majestic presence and typically reserved behavior, appears surprisingly serene and accepts the girl's affectionate gestures. This intimate interaction challenges the widespread notion that owls are solitary and aloof creatures, revealing their capacity to form friendly and trusting relationships with humans. Viewers were impressed by the mutual affection and understanding shown in the video, as the owl reciprocates the girl's affection with quiet grace. These moments highlight the importance of empathy and respect in human-animal interactions, showing how animals, even those as enigmatic as owls, can respond to kindness and trust. Although owls are known as skilled predators of the night skies, their reputation as hunters doesn't overshadow their captivating presence and innate curiosity when they encounter humans. Number 3. Casey Anderson. Brutus, affectionately known as Brutus the bear, was more than just a grizzly bear. He was a beloved companion and co-star alongside naturalist Casey Anderson on their shared journey, documented in National Geographic. Born in January 2002, Brutus had a tumultuous start, spending his first few months confined to a small steel box, his mother's cage, at a captive bear facility. His life took a dramatic turn when he found refuge at the Montana Grizzly Encounter Rescue and Educational Sanctuary. Under Casey Anderson's care, Brutus thrived, and together they frequently appeared on television. Brutus often stole the show as Anderson's loyal co-host on several Nat Geo and Nat Geo Wild series. Their partnership extended beyond television screens. Brutus starred in films like Iron Ridge and Pretty Ugly People, captivating audiences with his imposing yet gentle presence. Beyond entertainment, Brutus played a vital role in raising awareness about grizzly bears and their conservation needs. His appearances on live educational programs across America left a lasting impact, educating the public about bear behavior, habitat conservation, and human-wildlife coexistence. Tragically, Brutus passed away on February 2, 2021, at the age of 19, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire admiration and respect for these magnificent creatures. Number 2. Jamie Trainer. Jamie is a passionate advocate for rhino conservation, dedicating himself to rescuing and caring for these majestic creatures in their natural habitat. Jamie's involvement often begins with rescuing orphaned rhinos, who may have lost their mothers to poaching or other human-wildlife conflicts. These vulnerable calves require round-the-clock care and attention, a role Jamie wholeheartedly embraces. He ensures they receive proper nutrition, medical attention, and the emotional support they need to thrive. Once adopted, these rhino calves become part of Jamie's extended family. They find refuge in specialized wildlife rehabilitation centers or protected reserves where they can grow and learn essential survival skills. Jamie's days are filled with joyful moments, from running alongside these playful giants across the savannah to sharing affectionate mud romps, and of course, receiving his unforgettable rhino kisses. Beyond the daily care routines, Jamie's work extends to educational outreach and advocacy. He educates local communities and visitors about the importance of rhino conservation, highlighting the threats these animals face and the crucial role humans play in their protection. His efforts aim to foster greater awareness and empathy for rhinos and promote sustainable practices and policies that safeguard their future. Number 1. Patsy Gibbons. 3 foxes, 28 chickens, 12 ducks, 2 dogs and 2 cats might sound like a recipe for disaster. Except for one man in County Kilkenny, it simply describes the wonderful collection of pets he has amassed in his home. Patsy Gibbons, famous for his extraordinary bond with 3 rescued foxes, has turned his house into a sanctuary for a diverse group of animals, all living harmoniously under his care. Patsy's unexpected journey into fox rescue began with Grandma, a 7-week-old fox cub found by his brother-in-law in a warehouse near Columbus Hospital in Thomastown. Taking her to the local vet was just the beginning. Patsy continued to care for Grandma, nurturing her and forming a deep bond with her. Grandma was soon joined by Minnie, a 1-month-old cub brought to Patsy by a local woman. The last member of the trio, Henry, named after Kilkenny hurling player Henry Shefflin, came to Patsy after being attacked by a dog. Patsy took Henry in and quickly became part of the fox family, caring for 3 foxes alongside his other animals. Patsy has become something of a viral sensation. Pictures of him with his foxes made waves online in 2014, capturing hearts around the world. Despite the attention, Patsy remains humble about her role living with Grenmini and Henry Ha. It has been an adventure filled with unique challenges and rewarding moments. Patsy describes them as intelligent, curious, and affectionate creatures, each with their own distinct personality. The first of the trio is playful and adventurous. Minnie is more reserved and gentle, while Henry, the resilient one, displays a remarkable capacity for trust, despite his difficult beginnings.